In this episode, we talk NFL and only NFL as we give you our thoughts from last week's games and our predictions for championship weekend. But first,
roll it!
Welcome back to the Chtib and Zhang show. It's episode 6. We're here. We're joined by two special guests, Will Matson and Jeffrey Meikle. We're talking about the NFL today. We give you our thoughts from last week's games, a lot of stuff to look upon, what we thought would happen, what we thought didn't happen. And then we give you our predictions for championship weekend. Only 2 games. We got Packers and Bucks and then Bills and Chiefs. So, Jeff and Will, thanks again for coming on to the show.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
And guys, it is championship weekend. It's the game before the Super Bowl. And so it's always exciting to see who will be playing in this year's Super Bowl. But first, let's take a look back at last week's game. Okay. We had a lot of good games, a lot of games that kind of didn't impress some of us, but we're going to give our thoughts on that. So let's start Packers Rams. That was a good game. We got a Packers fan, Will, here. I could start this one off. Packers Rams. Well, Aaron Rodgers going against the best defense in the league, the Los Angeles Rams. They win that. I think it was 30-17, something like that. Yeah. Something dominating. Yeah. But if I give my quick thoughts, if there's any indication of what next week's going to show, Aaron Rodgers doesn't care about what kind of defense you have. He takes care of the Los Angeles Rams with the number 1 rated defense, 32-18. One interesting aspect I thought wasn't going to happen was how Davante Adams just easily took care of Jalen Ramsey's coverage. There was that play in the end zone where he went to Rodgers' left, he was faking into the slot, and then he started sprinting to the right, and Jalen Ramsey just couldn't keep up with him.
Ramsey was caught flat-footed right there.
Matt was freaking out.
He's getting angry at whoever, it was his guy, and he thought someone was going to cover him instead. But Lambeau Field. What'd you guys think of that game?
Yeah, first off, like you said about Jalen Ramsey, obviously one of the best cornerbacks in the game, clearly. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw, but I was watching on YouTube the other day. It was NFL mic'd up for the all of the playoff games. And there was a little beefing between Davante Adams and Jalen Ramsey before the game. Yeah. And Jalen Ramsey was saying, like, don't run.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to a clip on Jalen Ramsey later on in the game saying, like, getting pissed off at his teammates, talking about how other people have to be, like, covering him as well. Like, he can get the job done himself.
Davante Adams did say that. Yeah. He did say that he wanted Ramsey.
He said, follow me.
He said, follow me. Don't leave me.
Yeah.
I'm not like other guys, Yeah,
literally, word for word, this guy said, I'm not like any of the dudes you've guarded. And right off the bat, Davante secured the bag, and Ramsey sold the bag on that one.
And the other thing, Aaron Donald didn't do much in that game. He basically didn't do anything.
To be fair, Aaron Donald was a little nicked up. He was
exactly.
He was injured. That's not him. Yeah. But as we did predict last week, we thought it was going to be the Packers offense against the Rams defense, which is what ended up happening. Yeah. And the Packers won that battle,
Yeah, the Rams defense was on the field a lot compared to their offense, which pretty much that's bad signs. If stuff like that's going on. And Jared Goff, who I think isn't a system QB in this league. I don't think he can succeed like a Mahomes or like a Russell Wilson.
No, definitely not.
No,
independent. He needs a system in place for him to succeed, and if it's not a good system for him, then they'll fail. Sean McVay and Jared Goff, there's been reports that some people are saying that the Rams should move on from Jared Goff. They should try and find that quarterback who can be that franchise guy for them, because obviously it's not working out. The offense 2 years ago or 3 years ago, the year they went to the Super Bowl, was one of the best in the league. Yeah, and then all of a sudden it just disappears, and they rely heavily on their defense. And that's something we saw in the game where their offense didn't do much. They got off the field a lot, and then their defense had to try and stop Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
Yeah, the red hot
best
Packers.
Offense. Yeah, the best offense probably in the league. And it wasn't a good game plan, and they just lost. So,
but it's not like the Rams have a bad offense. They still have like Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, they're good.
Was Cooper Kupp in that game? Wasn't he injured, Cooper Kupp, or did he play?
I think he was limited to reps.
No, I think did he not play?
I didn't think he played that many.
But I know he played in the wild card game. But I'm pretty sure he played last game.
No, he didn't
play.
Sean
McVay had.
No, he was injured. I remember. I remember there was a report.
Oh, he didn't play?
Yeah. No, he didn't. I don't think so. He's not showing up in the stat sheet. I was watching a little bit of that game because the Bills game was also on during it. I was watching that instead. But yeah, Green Bay wins against the Rams. They look forward to Tom Brady and the Bucs at Lambeau Field this Sunday. That should be a good one. We'll get to that. But let's move on to our second game that was played on Saturday. It was the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills. One thing I said last week on the podcast was that if you were able to get up, or you were able to get not up early because they scored in the third quarter, but if you were able to score on Lamar Jackson and Lamar Jackson was trailing in a game late, then he would have to throw the ball, right? And we know Lamar hasn't been great at all this season throwing the ball. We know his receivers haven't been great at catching the ball. And then what we saw, they're in the red zone and Lamar throws an interception to seal the fate for the Baltimore Ravens. What do you guys think of that game?
Oh, well, the Bills completely shut down Lamar Jackson. I think he had a total of like 39 rushing yards, no touchdowns, nothing. Like, that was impeccable. And it kind of shocked everyone because people were projecting that that Lamar would start running all over the field and the Bills rush game couldn't handle him. But holding Lamar Jackson at 39 yards, you got to give those guys some credit. That's not an easy job.
I said it last week that the Bills' defense wasn't anything special, and they proved me wrong this week. They shut down a dangerous rushing attack of Lamar Jackson, and they forced him to throw the ball. That was their game plan going into it, force Lamar Jackson to throw the ball, and that's what they did, and they ended up winning that game.
But it's not like Baltimore had a bad game. Like, Baltimore's defense played really well, and even Lamar didn't have that bad of a game. It was just that one. If they got that one play, that would have been a completely different game.
Oh yeah, if they got that touchdown instead of the pick.
Yeah, if Johnson didn't catch that ball, the guy that got hit in the face. That's one of the craziest.
But still, like Jeff said, 34 yards rushing. You're obviously doing something. I think the Bills. I think everyone expected the primary attack to be that rushing.
Yeah, for sure.
By Lamar Jackson.
100%.
That number one rushing team.
They don't like to throw the ball. And Lamar Jackson loves to run the ball. And Bills did a good job to limit that and force him to throw the ball, and they won that because of that, I think. And the offense for Buffalo was okay. It was not bad. It wasn't great like usually it was. They scored 17 points still, but they'll be looking to face Kansas City next week.
Yeah, they got that lethal duo though between Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs.
For sure. 100%. Yo, Cole Beasley too. Cole Beaslly underrated.
Cole Beasley,
my
guy.
Yeah, I think the one thing going at Buffalo doesn't run the ball at all. Pretty much. They ran the ball once before the halftime in that game, and they make it well known. Josh Allen said that's our identity as a team. I'm not quoting him or anything, but this is pretty much what he said. He said it's kind of our identity. Everyone knows we like to throw the ball. Everyone knows that we don't run the ball as much, but we make do what we have. And he's meaning him and Stephon Diggs. For sure. And so we know going into next week they're not going to run the ball. But last week, they didn't run the ball. They threw the ball. It still worked out. Defense played great for the Bills. Let's anyone else have anything?
Just going back to what Zhang said about the Ravens offense, he said they didn't necessarily have a bad game, but knowing that they were limited to only 3 points, not a single touchdown.
But they got the red zone. Like, they're getting down the field.
Lamar had no problem trailing up and down the field, but that doesn't mean anything unless you have to finish. You have to finish in the red zone, and if Lamar can't finish in the red zone, you're not going to win.
But I was talking mostly in general, like their defense played really well. Like
they were making plays on offense.
If it wasn't for that interception, like that game could have went to the Ravens. Like that would have been a completely different. I'm telling you. I don't know why Chtib's laughing like that though, but
I think Matt was trying to get a point here.
Yeah, my bad. Come on. It just seemed like the Ravens were all Swedish, no finish on offense.
Yeah,
they
all
were making
Swedish
plays all game, but
all Swedish.
They just couldn't execute in the red zone, and that's what critically killed them. So.
Yeah, I mean that it wasn't a boring game. Nonetheless, there was always back and forth. It was a spotlight for the defenses that game. Yeah, Bills move on. Ravens out. You guys think? I just had a question. You guys think Lamar Jackson? He won the MVP last year.
Yeah, last year.
Obviously, because his rushing game took the league by storm. But now that teams have adapted, do you think Lamar Jackson's kind of falling into that, from MVP caliber? You got Mahomes, Allen there, or not, but A-Rod and Russell Wilson. Is he kind of below them? Is he falling down to the average? What's going on?
But that's the thing. That's what happened to Mike Vick. So Mike Vick, he was always rushing, but then he had to switch up his game. So I think he won't. I don't think he might not win another MVP, but he'll always be like top 5, top 10.
He'll always be in the talks of a top 5 QB, 100%.
I don't know if he's gonna win MVP again, because
and if he doesn't work on that throw, then this guy could be in a little bit of trouble.
I wouldn't say he's not gonna win MVP again. He's still young. It's still early in his career, so to say that is kind of premature. But people are looking at Lamar Jackson differently, I think, from this year. So he'll try and bounce back next season. We know he can, him and the Ravens.
Just like you said, Chtib, like he's still obviously in his first couple of years of his career, so he's got plenty of time. Their offense has plenty of time to figure out a better game plan to execute. So I think he's got plenty of time to either grow or inch up at a steady pace. But I think he'll always be a top QB for sure.
Yeah, he's good.
Before we get into Sunday's game, quickly, Jeff, how much money did you lose Saturday?
No comment.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
50.
Let's move
70.
Sunday. Let's move to trying to bounce back this week, though. Let's move to Sunday. Let's start with Sunday's games. We have Cleveland, the Chiefs, Bucks, and the Saints. Let's start with Cleveland, the Chiefs. The Browns and the Chiefs. Got to give the Browns some credit. 22-17 game. Mahomes goes out, backup comes in, but still the Chiefs were kind of neck and neck with the Browns were kind of neck and neck with the Chiefs there that whole game, aren't they?
Yeah, the Browns definitely surprised a lot of people. I had them losing 70-0, so it's better than 70-0. So, they actually surprised me. Like, they played really good defense. Myles Garrett was disturbing in there. Baker Mayfield had a good game. Their running backs, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, did their thing.
Well, yeah, we know they're going to run the ball. That's
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just think, Kansas, the master of adversity. I'll get to that later for the predictions. But like they said, they go down. They still end up winning the game with their backup.
Anything is possible, baby.
But
Chad
Henne.
But still, but then we saw
nail gun.
Patrick Mahomes go down. He had the arm around his helmet, getting dragged down awkwardly, and then he suffers a concussion. And now, boom, Patrick Mahomes 5 days later out of concussion protocol, so he's ready to play next week's game. We'll also get to that because we have a few thoughts on that. But Cleveland, Kansas. I had Kansas the whole way. I didn't think they were going to lose at all to Cleveland. Everyone knew Cleveland was going to run the ball, and so I think they were prepared for that, and they came out on top. Let's go to the Bucks and the Saints. This was a fun game, but also a hard game to watch for Saints fans.
For sure.
Bucks lose 30-20 to Tom Brady. Bucks win 30-20 versus the Saints. Potentially Drew Brees' last game in the NFL.
Most likely.
It makes me shed a tear knowing that, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Guy's been such a stud in the league for such a long time.
I hope it's not his last game, because I don't want him to be remembered by this game. I don't want this game to overshadow his legacy. Because I've heard people already, start. They're starting to hate already on Drew Brees and calling him a sellout and stuff like that. And I really, this guy's going to be a number one ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah. You cannot call Drew Brees a sellout.
Yeah,
for sure.
People thought he should have won at least 2 Super Bowls. I think people are a little frustrated that the Saints kept going into the playoffs and underperforming, and
definitely choking. A lot of choking.
And here, Drew Brees, you can make an argument that he kind of choked here, him and the whole team. Drew Brees threw 3 interceptions. The defense for the Bucs was stellar. This is why we're gonna get to my prediction, but the Bucks defense kind of won. They pretty much won in that game because the two times I saw Brady kind of muster an own drive without any interceptions, just the Tampa Bay offense on the field going at it. They just mustered field goals together. That's it. And then everything else was 4 takeaways, in the red zone, Tom Brady touchdown. And which is pretty frustrating as a Saints fan, I think.
For sure. But but the thing is, the Bucks look good, but I don't think they played like at their best because I feel like it's more the Saints that lost that game.
That's what I was saying. The Saints lost themselves.
Like Jared Cook had 2 turnovers, that fumble. Yeah. That was a bad fumble, and the other one was like the interception.
3 interceptions.
Yeah, so it was unlucky. The game could have gone either way, but I don't know. Tom Brady,
but Tom Brady in the playoffs is different.
I don't. But you can't even make that narrative. That's not the narrative. Tom Brady in the play. It's the defense that won.
He's just lucky.
It's not Tom Brady individual performance. It's a team sport, and Tom Brady's losing that game if Drew Brees doesn't throw 3 interceptions, and there's not 4 takeaways in that game, pretty much.
Michael Thomas didn't even show up.
Yes.
Like, bro, this 99 overall in Madden, this guy can't even show up in a playoff game.
Bro, barely an.
To be fair, he was battling through an injury, but he wanted to play because it was Breeze. Could be Breeze's last game. Yeah. But I mean, you're gonna go down last year as a top 5 or top 3 receiver, and then you come up this year in the playoffs and you can't do anything. It's sort of a tough look, but
I gotta say,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Chtib, like you mentioned how it's a team game, and of course I agree with you. You got to be everyone pulling up the play on game day, or else there's so many small factors in football that can cause you a game. It's not just one guy carrying the squad, but I mean, you got to admit, like it's a big leadership factor in Brady. Mm-hmm. Like, even if he's not carrying them completely, he still has all their guys fired up out there.
Yeah,
this guy knows how to win. Like Brees has had a phenomenal career. He can win games, but he doesn't have that extra motivation factor that Brady does just to get through games. I mean, of course, Brees is a legend, but
I just think if it was Tom Brady, if it was anyone other than Tom Brady on that field playing for the Bucks, I don't think this narrative of the quarterback winning in their game would come out. I don't think. If it wasn't Tom Brady, I don't think it's because what I'm saying is because it is Tom Brady playing for the Bucks, there's always going to be that narrative. Oh, Tom Brady, Tom Brady beat the Saints. Tom Brady.
If you switch the QBs, who'd win that game? If you put Tom Brady on the Saints and you put,
that's what I'm saying. Well, here's
the thing: Tom Brady in that case. Well, no, because Tom Brady and the Bucks didn't really do anything on offense that whole game. It was their defense that won in that game. They put them in the right spot, and Tom Brady did his job. He did his job. I'll give him that. He did his job. They got great field advantage from the defense, and they finished up. That's it. But when the defense, when it was actually just the Bucks on the field and all trying to get 10 yards down the field, it was just field goals at the end of the day. And the Saints were winning that game. And then Drew Brees started to turn over. He started to turn the ball over. They had that fumble recovery that kind of just gave an extra boost to the offense. I don't think you could say if the quarterback switch positions.
But I'm saying if you put Drew Brees on the Bucks, he would have probably gotten those turnovers too, and that would have cost them the game.
But then we're just talking hypothetical at this point when we say Brady on the Saints, and
but it's not like Saints defense played well too.
Yes. But I'm not giving full credit to Tom Brady on this one. We'll see this week, but I will not give him full credit on last week's game. I will I'll give Devin White and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense the full credit for that win.
You're not even going to talk about Carlton Davis, bro? Best cornerback in the league right now.
Carlton Davis, shut down Michael Thomas to 1, or did he have a catch? He had 1 or 0 catch or something. Or 1 catch. I think he had 1 catch. Or 0 catches, anything. Anyway,
something
he
low, something not Michael
did that
Thomas.
too. All 3 games that the Bucks played the Saints, Carlton Davis has been shutting down Michael Thomas, and that's going to be interesting to watch for the Devontae Adams matchup.
Exactly.
And then so that's what I think about Tom. Like I said 2 weeks before the Redskins game, the defense didn't really surprise me, and then defense comes out and they play really well. And then I say the offense doesn't surprise me. We'll see next week what happens. Maybe the offense has a good game. Maybe Tom Brady really starts to lead this team there. And then she has something to say, Eric?
Yo, bro.
You want to input?
Nah. Pause it. Yo, wait, pause it.
Matt, so I know you had some thoughts on this too.
Yeah, so a stat I came across a couple of weeks ago when the playoffs first started. I'm sure you guys have all seen it too at this point. It relates to what Eric was saying about switching quarterbacks. Of course, it's hypothetical, but he brings up a great point because I don't know if you saw, but I'm sure you did. But the Saints, or sorry, I'm all mixed up now. The Patriots. This is their first time not making the playoffs in 13 years. I'm pretty sure.
Something like that. Yeah.
And the Bucks, this is their first time making the playoffs in 12 years.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So it's pretty clear that Brady is a massive X factor. Even if he's not performing at his top, he gets all of his guys going regardless. So
yes, I'll give Tom Brady the credit for the season he had with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He deserves full credit. Obviously, like you saw when he left New England and Bill Belichick, they didn't make the playoffs, and he made the playoffs, and now he's here in the championship week. But sorry, I think everyone knows what just happened to my computer. I'm not going to say the automated AI's name because it's going to pop up again. But yeah, I'm just not going to give Tom Brady credit on that win last week. I don't think the offense didn't really do much, and it was the defense that really shined for them. But let's So if anyone has anything else, we can move on to our predictions for championship weekend. This should be very entertaining. We have 4 of the best out of. I know Russell Wilson's not there, but I think this is the 4 best passer ratings, or
the 4 best quarterbacks in the league this season.
Yeah, this season, pretty much.
But Chtib wanted to close that
4 out of 5.
Yeah.
But also with that Bucks and Packers matchup this Sunday, this is about to be the best QB conference championship game I think the NFL has seen in a while.
I agree.
In a while.
With the Brady Rodgers going head to head,
goats against goats for sure.
Goat against the goat, and this is about to be a high-powered offense game. It's going to be a shootout, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well. Yeah, we could start talking about Packers, Bucks, Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. Everyone's talking about Tom Brady trying to win another Super Bowl, but hey, Aaron Rodgers trying to look for that second Super Bowl win with the Packers. Trying to best Tom Brady in this one, and he is Tom Brady is the underdog going into this one. For those who don't know, obviously the betting line is headed towards Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, rightfully so. But yeah, Tom Brady is looked upon as the underdog. There's a lot of great bets for this game. The over/under is 51.5. The Packers are -3.5. Bucks are +3.5. I like that Bucks +3.5. I think the Bucks have a good chance of winning this game, but if they don't, I don't think they're going to be losing more than 4 or 5 points. So look for that one. But yeah, the interesting topic that we could look at, the one we did last week, Jalen Ramsey, Devontae Adams. This week we have Carlton Davis and
Devontae Adams.
My guy.
Sorry, Carlton Davis and Devontae Adams. Obviously, a much easier challenge for Devontae Adams than last week. But still, we'll see. Because
I wouldn't say an easier challenge. Like if we look back on that Week 6 match, Carlton Davis is nowhere near Jalen Ramsey's status. But I mean, if we take a look back to that Week 6 game,
he shut down. Devontae
Adams had 10 targets, 6 catches for 60 yards, no touchdowns. That's kind of
the season. Definitely his worst game of the season.
Yeah, and it was the worst game of the season for Devontae Adams, and it was the worst game of the season for Aaron Rodgers. That was the lowest rating he had all year.
Yes. But these are 2 different teams. This is a different Packers team. 100% a different Packers team. Yeah. They're not the same Packers team from weeks ago where they got their asses handed to them by Tom Brady and the Bucs. This is a different team. This is a team that's aspiring for a Super Bowl, and I think if I had to choose, I'm taking the Packers in this one. I think the Bucs defense is obviously one of their strong points heading into it, but as we saw, Aaron Rodgers doesn't care about what defense is in front of him. He beat the best defense in the Rams, and now he's facing the Bucs defense. I don't think it's going to stop him like people are predicting. So I'm going to take the Packers. to win this one, but like I said, I like the Bucks 3.5 bet. For those who are trying to bet on this game, take the Bucks 3.5. Okay, and I'm gonna say this game is gonna go under
50.
Okay.
Under.
Sorry, I'm taking under 51.5. I am taking the under. I don't think Tom Brady's offense is going to be good enough to get over that 52 points. So I'm taking the under, and I would take the Bucks at 3.5.
Okay, but for me,
I'm taking the Packers to win.
Okay, I was coming in. I thought I was going to say the Packers were going to win, but I think I'm switching it up. I think Tom Brady is going to get the dub here. I take the 3.5 for Bucks for sure. I don't know. It's just because Tom Brady, he matches well against the Green Bay Packers. I feel like I know Antonio Brown's not playing, but the O-line for the Bucks have been playing really well. The wide receiver has been playing really well, and their defense, like we were talking about, playing incredibly. And I think they match up really well against the Green Bay Packers. I don't think Devontae Adams is going to do much this game. Probably going to be held under 80 yards, which is pretty good game. But
that's a hot
playoff game though. Playoff game though.
I'm here for the hot takes, man. I'm here.
Eric Zhang says under 80 yards.
I love my hot takes.
One pin that.
That's kind of an eyebrow raiser from Zhang. That kind of.
I have a lot of hot takes on this show. We're gonna have to run them back at the end of the season.
80 points. Yeah. What about you, Jeff or Will?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go off what Zhang said. That Bucks O-line ranked 5th in the league, and they're keeping Brady off the ground, which is good. Because I think the longer TB12 stays in that pocket, I think the Bucks can win, and they're gonna run over the Packers all day long. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's the pass rush of the Packers is going to have to be good. We'll see if it's going to be good enough to keep Brady out of the pocket. I don't think so, but I just don't think the Bucks offense has been that good for me.
How crazy would it be if you went to 11 Super Bowls? Oh, that would be
crazy. And an interesting stat too: the Super Bowl is at Raymond James Stadium. That's the Bucks' home field stadium. If the Bucks win, they'll be playing the Super Bowl in their home field.
In their hometown.
That's the first time.
The thing is, that
would happen. If the Bucks can pull this off, that's the first time a team can be hosting the Super Bowl at their own field.
Yeah, it's fire. But the thing is, they gotta win at the frozen tundra. What is Lambeau Field?
Lambeau Field.
This is the battle of the season MVP versus the NFL MVP.
One of the greatest, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the greatest of all time.
I think this is going to be, first of all, I think it's going to be the better game of the two matchups.
For sure, yeah.
This game is going to be down to the wire. I think it's going to be a nail-biter. I think either team could win. It's like there's so many different dependents on this game. So I still got the Packers. I hope it's a little bit of a biased take, but I mean, they've been electric all year. I don't think they're going to slow down in this game whatsoever, especially in their home field with fans attending. So I got the Packers on this one.
Yeah, and like you said, it should be like you can't even predict who's going to win this game. I don't think you can because it could go either way in my opinion.
And that's the thing about football. Like there's certain matchups where one of the two teams will win 9 times out of 10.
Yeah,
but it's that one game.
It's that one game in the offs that you just don't know.
A little miracle on ice,
Yeah,
that's it.
But so that should be the one to look for this week's championship weekend. But now let's head over to KC and the Bills. Josh Allen will be playing a concussion protocol-free Patrick Mahomes. So I'll start this off because I have a few thoughts on this. What the NFL has told me right now, what they just told me when they cleared Patrick Mahomes from concussion protocol,
told you
is that
they emailed Matt. They emailed Matt.
No, not told me, but what they're in a metaphorical situation. Basically, what they're telling me is that they care more about their money, the NFL, than their own players' safety. Okay, because having a concussion, being diagnosed with a concussion into concussion protocol, and then being cleared 5 days later.
Not even a full week.
Not even a full week.
That is so unsafe for Patrick Mahomes' career. They have this guy for the next 15 years, okay? and then you're putting his career at jeopardy right now, throwing him to a game like that. When this guy, I think he's still going to be dealing with symptoms on the field. I don't think this guy's clear 100% of those symptoms, and I don't like what the NFL is doing. I think someone from KC like Andy Reid should step up, but of course they want to win. They want to go to the Super Bowl. They want to make money.
Yeah,
but I don't like it.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
I remember seeing that hit on Patrick Mahomes when he got dragged down and went into the concussion protocol. The first thing I said was they're going to shoot that guy up with everything they have to make sure he's okay. Because there's no way you enter a championship weekend and you're just no Patrick Mahomes. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But safety, so not safe, so not okay. But
not safe.
I mean, hey, how bad do you want it?
Who knows with the big bright lights in front of Mahomes' eyes, you know?
Oh my God!
Yeah, you see, like his eyes are gonna open up.
The first snap is like gonna be crossed.
Yeah, but even if you can't play,
no look, 50-yard touchdown.
If Chad Henne can do what he did last game, that's gonna be a plus for them. Because I feel like if they're gonna be up, he's gonna be taken off, and have to put Chad in there.
Once they get a comfortable lead, they're gonna throw anything as possible, and then
it's not
see
like
what happens.
It's
if they get a comfortable lead.
It's not like it's the NHL, where the NHL is the biggest sport when it comes to revenue at the door, right? NHL is the biggest major league sport to make their revenue from the door for fans coming in, merchandise and everything like that. And the NFL is not one of the biggest, and so I don't think they're worried too much about at the door at Arrowhead, or where do they play? What field is it? I forget. But there's not going to be that many fans. So I don't know what they're like. They want to win, but I think it's also the money side of the NFL where they want Patrick Mahomes to play. And I don't know. I don't like it. It's fishy.
Because the NFL only plays like once a week.
Fishy.
They only play like once a week, so they need their superstars to show up every week.
Yeah. I think this game is entirely dependent on how Patrick Mahomes is going to come out. Nobody knows right now. We're going to find out on Sunday, but if this guy is dizzy on the field, it's over for the Chiefs. If he's able to execute plays, I think they're definitely going to take the game.
Because if they're not... What's up, Will?
Yeah, my bad. I think the Chiefs have the best team in the league by far, like on paper at least.
Hands down.
So it just all depends on how their leader is going to come out and either lead them to a victory, or I think he's either going to play the full game and win, or he's going to be taken out at any point during the game and they lose. That's my.
I mean, he's one big hit away from just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like one blindside away, and then it could get serious, very, very serious with Patrick Mahomes.
Because if they're gonna have to run the ball, Clyde Edouard, Le'Veon Bell, they're good running backs, but they're not good enough.
I don't think Le'Veon Bell. I don't think is playing this week.
He's not.
But Clyde Edouard seems to be playing this week.
But they're not at that level to be carrying a team yet. You know.
No, but they're gonna throw. No, they're gonna still throw the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, they're gonna be a pass dominant.
It's just Sunday. The O line's gonna have to be very on point this Sunday. Very on point. They can't afford Patrick Mahomes to get sacked or fall down on his head. Just it's just I think they're walking on thin ice right now. The Chiefs. Mm-hmm. But let's not discredit the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, one of the best offenses in the league. Oh yeah. They go head to head. Bills are at a +3, which is not too shabby. But I listen. If Patrick Mahomes is healthy, okay, and he said he's feeling himself, and he told Nate Taylor from The Athletic, I'll be able to go out there and be myself. That's what he said. I'll go out there and be myself. If Patrick Mahomes can be himself, no symptoms, nothing concussion, no problemo. I think the Chiefs have mastered adversity. I think you don't count this year. Their last 3 playoff games, they're losing by double digits, and then they battle back to win the game. Okay, this team has mastered adversity. There's going to be nothing that's going to shock them if they go down early by double digits or if they're trailing in the third quarter. This is a team, okay, that can win the game late in the third quarter. Okay, not a lot of teams can go out there and do that, trail, and then late in the third quarter pull out a comeback. This team can do it, and we've seen them do it. Okay, so if he's healthy, I'm taking the Chiefs. But if he's not, and they have to, a backup's gonna have to come in, then I'm taking the Bills offense. to win here because the Bills don't run the ball at all. Chiefs know that. They're going to be looking for that. So their cornerbacks and their safety.
Honey Badger.
Honey Badger, who's been amazing this playoffs. He's been amazing this playoffs against, especially we saw against the Browns.
Yeah.
He had an interception. Yeah. He's been really good. Okay, and we got to look out for him.
Chris Jones
for the defense on KC. And yeah, it's going to come down to offense. The over/under is 54. The over 54 on this one. I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair. I think the Chiefs' offense combined with the Bills' offense will be able to get you over that bet. Chiefs are -3. Bills are +3. I don't know which bet I'd probably lean towards to. I'd probably take the Chiefs bet. I think they're going to win more by 4 if they were to win. So I'd take that bet. But let's go to Will here. Will, what you got?
So my honest take for this matchup, I think the Bills are going to come out on top just because I know you mentioned how good the Chiefs defense is. They're going to be looking for the pass offense. But the other way around, the Bills are going to be looking at Patrick Mahomes, who clearly we don't know his current status.
Buffalo.
I think they're going to be headhunting him heavy. Of course, their O-line's going to do everything they can to protect him, but at the end of the day, if he takes one big hit, he's spilled. So I think the Bills are going to be really grinding to get on Mahomes.
Yeah.
And if they do, I think the Bills are going to come on top, honestly. I think they're going to get Mahomes down, and I think they're going to win the game.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more blitz coming Mahomes' way.
Oh yeah.
Sure. But let's go with our Super Bowl prediction. So, Jeff, who do you have going to the Super Bowl, and who do you have winning?
Bucks and Chiefs. Bucks winning. TB12 is getting that 7th ring.
Okay, Matzo.
Green Bay and the Bills, exactly the opposite from Meeks.
always, bro. I'm always going opposite. Always.
Of course, man. After last week's bet, I can't not go opposite.
I got the Bucks and Chiefs going to the Super Bowl, and I got the Chiefs winning. That's my bet.
Ooh.
Even with Patrick Mahomes injured, I think Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, they'll be enough to win.
Yeah, they have the best offense in the league.
For sure.
Okay. And I'll take Packers, KC going to the Super Bowl. If Patrick Mahomes is healthy, I will take as well the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Packers. Okay. So that should be good. That's this week coming up, and then 2 weeks after that, it is Super Bowl Sunday. We will have that covered for you guys. But nonetheless, thanks again for listening to the Chtib and Zhang show. Thank you to our guests, Jeff and Will. Their Instagrams will be in description. Next episodes, you saw the UFC one, and we'll probably be talking Habs again. And so stay tuned for that. So again, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys later. See ya.